Very good morning. Said100things.com.au.
Good morning. How are you? Sorry, I interrupted. My speech has gone. I've been awake for about 42 hours. My maths has gone also. And I interrupt people often at the moment.
Now, you were explaining why you're doing 72 hours.
Well, yeah, I've got this list of 100 things, as you know, and one of the things was to walk across France, and I walked across France with a guy in the military who I just met, and he told me that the hardest training that he had was sleep deprivation. He stayed awake for 72 hours. Straight away, I knew I had to do it, so that's why I'm doing it.
Any hallucinations yet? Like, are you hallucinating radio host in a studio? Or...
Yeah, I'm in a studio. It's the weirdest thing ever.
This is not actually happening.
No, your hand movements are really quick. I was just noticing you on the buttons over there. But I'm doing it with Dave Cornthwaite, good mate of mine, professional adventurer, and together we're struggling, and we've both felt a lot better than we do right now.
Now, this is where we need to introduce him. Very good morning to Dave.
Good morning.
To them, it's one giant good morning. It's been a good morning for a couple of days.
This is the longest day of my life.
I was going to say, Seb's doing it as 100things.com.au. It's part of his list. Why have you been suckered in to do it?
Well, Seb and I have known each other for about 6 months, and in that time, I've probably helped you tick off, 3 things from your list so far?
Actually, that's how I met Dave. Dave helped me break a Guinness World Record, which was to break the most amount of eggs with my toes in 30 seconds.
His mum's very proud.
So interesting to have these guys in the studio knowing that they are just desperate for sleep and they can't actually go to sleep until 8 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Doesn't help when they've got the timer in front of them either. Time's going very slow.
6, it's just bedlam in the studio this morning.
Yeah, joined by Seb and Dave. At the moment, the way they're getting through, we've got the Lolly Party Pack, the variety pack full of sugar, and not just a can of V, but the bonus 20% V.
Everything we can get, it's crucial. And as I said, it hasn't really helped because we feel terrible. I once got attacked by a dog, and that felt better than how I feel now.
I can imagine. It's just horrible.
Yeah.
The idea that your whole body is telling you sleep. I mean, you know, without being unflattering, you know.
Stop dropping the S word. They're just going to nod off. And
you both look like crap. I mean, you look like, honestly, you look like you are so badly drunk. What the body does is an amazing thing. Do you guys feel kind of drunk?
I feel really uncomfortable having been awake for, 45 hours now.
Yeah.
Yeah, not quite drunk.
Drunk yet? Okay.
Because you lose your cognitive functions, which is a hard term to even say.
And for this time in the morning, big words.
Yeah, that's my biggest. That's my biggest.
That's the first time you've actually said that properly.
And I don't know what it means.
About half an hour ago, I tried to get out of a petrol station toilet and I couldn't.
I tell you what, Seb and Dave, 100things.com.au, completing 72 hours of no sleep.
Absolutely nuts.
In the car on the way here from Melbourne this morning, so thank you for keeping us awake. It's amazing.
I was going to say, at what point does it become not rude if I start, like, poking you and prodding you to keep you awake?
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Just keep doing this every 5 minutes or so?
Not now. I'm awake.
Maybe we should poke you in the shoulder too. That'd be a better place to do it.
Hours.
You guys are absolutely nuts. So it was 8 a.m. Sunday morning. They started the challenge. They cannot sleep until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, which is still over a day away, boys.
It's ridiculous. I'm not happy about it. I didn't really think it'd be this hard, to be honest, and now we're doing it. Well, I can't wait for it to be over.
15 to 7. It's just absolute madness in the studio this morning. I'm completely distracted by these boys.
It is a distraction because usually it's just you and I in the studio. But we're joined by Seb and Dave, 100things.com.au. These guys are staying awake for 72 hours. Just one of 100 things that these guys have challenged themselves to do.
They can't go to sleep until tomorrow morning, which is ridiculous. Go for it, Seb.
I just want to quickly say hello to everyone in the area of Poowong. Purely based on its name. I think it's fantastic, and I think you're very brave for living there.
More emphasis on the Wong, though. Poowong.
Less poo, more
So you
Wong.
just randomly thought of a town name. You guys are amazing. You've really done your homework. You just know... Dave, do you know any local areas or any local towns? Or
I know this place quite well, actually. Skateboarded through here in 2006 en route from Perth to Brisbane. My favourite place is Cooey Rup.
Cool. These guys know their stuff, don't they?
Dave, every day I have to live with this. He skateboarded across Australia. It's a world record. Wrote a book about it. And pretty much every road you go on in Australia, he'll be like, skateboarded down that road. It's pathetic. Stop it.
It's hard to top, isn't it?
Just by the way, you mentioned before the craziest thing that people have done.
Yeah.
Dave's got a good story. One of the craziest things he did was drink water from the Murray River. Dave, I don't know if you want to let us know what happened to you after.
Oh, no, well, yeah, no. Do I, really?
I think so.
Let's just say, I needed to wash my sleeping bag, and I got a possum.
We've got the boys with us all morning on the show. One, because they just need something to keep them awake.
They're physically here. We can't say much about their mental state at the moment.
And two, because it's fun to have them in here. And we've got a massive show planned for them. I tell you what, this has become an experiment for me to do this show without being distracted by these boys.
They've had a massive effort so far. What, 40, almost 50 hours?
Yeah, it feels like 500 days.
Yeah. Dave, you can't answer by nodding. This is radio, mate.
There was a sound. There was a sound coming out of my head.
So you guys are excited about making your own singer?
Absolutely. We've actually just come up with a bit of an idea, a way of coming up with ingredients.
Like a brainstorm?
Yeah, a brainstorming
What have you got
session.
so far?
Basically, I think Seb's going to start off with an ingredient,
Okay.
and I have to say one. We're going to keep on going until there's a pause.
So you can't stop?
Any ingredient? Are we talking both meat and veggie?
Just random ingredients?
Just random
I
ingredients?
think pretty much anything could go in there.
Okay.
Okay, so it's the ingredient game. Seb and Dave, when you're ready, guys, here we go.
Am I starting?
Go on.
Okay. Cheese.
Mayonnaise.
Tomato.
Egg.
Jelly bean.
Live dolphin.
Wood. That's worked really well.
Let's have another go. Let's have another go. That was good. That was a good warm up. Here we go. Go.
Okay. Coke.
Coca-Cola.
Of course, mate.
It's not the telepathy game again. It's not picking what the other
No, let's do
person
it
said.
seriously
Okay,
this
come
time.
on
This
then.
is ridiculous. Come on.
This is crazy.
Oh.
This
I'm
is
still-
gonna be a
I'm still waiting for
disgusting
goat.
sandwich.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Goat.
Sandwich?
What is wrong with you,
You
Dave?
can't put a sandwich in a sandwich as ingredient
Can I
for
just
a
say,
sandwich.
everybody, when we say we're going to stay awake for 72 hours, everybody says, yeah, I've done that. But they haven't. This is a real experiment. Seriously, I'm a shadow of the man I was 3 days ago. I don't even know that sandwich isn't an ingredient.
All right,
It's
guys.
ridiculous. You can't put a sandwich in a sandwich, can you?
Here I am just nodding.
We're gonna get back to these boys in just a moment. It's the All-Star Breakfast Show, Orion and Stampsy, StarFM.
We're currently helping out with the staying awake for 72 hours
Which
challenge.
I still think is just... the first question I asked the guys when they got here this morning was, so what official is following you around, like, is this, and you just said, no, I'm just doing this for me. And you guys are putting yourself through hell, and there's really...
Can you cheat
It's
in
just
that case?
We could, but it's not really our thing. It's a proper challenge, I think, to stay awake for 72 hours.
With Dave and Seb from 100things.com.au. We're just mentioning off air then, for us, the mornings go rather quickly between weathers, goss and everything. It seems to fly for these guys. And I think you just worded it, you've lived 4 days in 2.
Yeah,
Did you guys
it's a whole new
seek
world.
any advice before doing this?
Like
Yeah,
doctors or things?
We went to a doctor in Sydney, so she's probably not listening. So I can say that she was the most boring doctor ever. She gave us nothing, no input, advice or help, ultimately.
The video is on our websites, and it's really funny because our questions were hilarious.
I thought it'd be really important that we had an oxygen tank for this, because I think oxygen will help you stay awake. And she just basically said I was an idiot.
I think that was also in response to the fact that you wanted to stay up for 72 hours.
Why do you have a spray bottle here, please?
Well, it's to keep us awake, basically. Maybe I could demonstrate on Dave.
Okay, so you spray Dave with...
So Dave's nodding away there, and then
Oh, come on. That's ridiculous.
spray him in the face. He stays awake.
Everyone, stop. It's 8 o'clock.
Oh my! You know what this means?
Oh!
We get to sleep in 1 day.
24 hours away from sleeping! And they're not going anywhere. They're going to stick around with this All-Star Breakfast Show. Orion and Stampsy, Crazy Call, brand new one coming up next, StarFM.